Hi, Nancy. So I'm not 100% familiar with your pattern. I have a photocopy of the sheet that you sent. And I have tried to make a swatch that I think approximates what is probably going on with where you are and those instructions that start with row 1 about closing gaps. I'm guessing that when you left off on this part, you were working partway across the row before you turned around and came back, and maybe did that a few times, and it makes the piece slant, and it also leaves these gaps and holes where you turned around. This section is just trying to join that back up while also closing those gaps. So hopefully I'm on the right track. The instructions say to work over to that first gap. I've made my gaps 5 stitches apart from each other. So I'm going to go ahead and work over to that first one. So here I am at that first gap. The instructions now say to insert my left needle tip into the back of the second loop below the stitch that I just knit. So here's the stitch that I just knit. Here's 1 loop below, then there's 2 loops below. So hopefully you can see that. The second stitch below, I'm going to insert my left needle tip in there, and then I am going to knit the picked up loop together with the next stitch. So I'll show a little. So there's my picked up loop. There's my next stitch. I'm going to go in and I'm going to knit them together. Then I'm going to go to my next gap. I'm going to go not 1 loop below, but 2 loops below. Insert my left needle tip. Scooch these together, and then I'm going to knit those together. Again, it's closing that up so that there's no discernible hole. I've got 1 more gap here, so I'll just demonstrate that again. Coming right up to the gap. There it is. 2 stitches below, so not the stitch into which I just knit, but the one below that. Insert my left needle tip. Oops, make sure I get only that strand. And then I'm going to bring it together with the next stitch. And now I've got my shaped piece with no holes. So I'm pretty certain that that's all it means to do. And it's a little bit tricky to get down into that second loop, but hopefully not too tough. And hopefully you can continue to make progress on your work. Thanks. Bye-bye.